Hello and welcome. Today we're surprised with a new update of Timberborn. I'm gonna go through all the changes, what they added, what they removed, and what they changed. Yes, they did indeed remove some stuff. So let's go through the order of the patch notes, and that means we are starting with the Golems. So what they did is they removed the maintenance station and they removed the disposal facility. In order to streamline the production of beavers. So both factions will now lose their golems at the end of the lifespan, but they will no longer explode or pollute the surroundings when they die. They will just die like this. They will not be in the way, they will not poison your beavers, and they will not ruin your stuff. So that is great. This means, however, that you need to keep your production of golems going. Even for the Iron Teeth, you will have to keep building new golems because their lifespan is 70 days approximately. For the Folktales, a new building was added. This is the Catalyst tank. And what the Catalyst tank does is, for a barrel bot, you can increment your productivity and your walking speed. We'll come back to the Wellbeing after we go through the rest of these changes for golems. So in order to make this a catalyst, whatever the ingredients are, we'll look at it now. So you can now, in your refinery, set a recipe. You can either choose the biofuel with the different ingredients that we could before, but we have a new recipe, and that is called Catalyst. We'll get 3 catalysts from 1 maple syrup and 2 sunflower seeds. So maple syrup and sunflower seeds now both have an additional use in the game, which is very good. So it's no longer just a biofuel refinery, it's now just simply called a refinery. The Golem factory on both sides, on the Folktales and the Iron Teeth, has been changed to a Golem assembler, and the model has been updated to a maintenance station. I'm not entirely sure if I like that change, because I really enjoyed the Golem factory on the Iron Teeth side. The Folktales one wasn't bad either, and it was kind of an odd size, so that was nice that it wasn't just a 3x3 building. But it is what it is. We have this now. At least it's not a number cruncher. I will load up some of the Iron Teeth as well to look at the control tower, because the control tower has been renamed, or the control signal has been renamed to control tower, and that is to keep it in line. And the specific boosts, profession boosts, have been removed from the control towers, but the overall performance of the golems has been changed to reflect that, so they will still approximately keep the same productivity. So we have another rework in the game, and that is the Wellbeing. So Wellbeing has now been grouped. So as we click a beaver, we will see now that we have only 3 buffs. We have this is for grown-up beavers. We have a working speed buff, a movement speed buff, and a life expectancy buff. And they are unlocked by your Wellbeing level. So the movement speed buff, the first movement speed buff, is granted at Wellbeing level 2. The first working speed buff is granted at Wellbeing level 5, and the first life expectancy buff is given at Wellbeing level 7. So you can now mix and match your buffs, basically, and here you can see that some give +2, some give +1. Of course, there is the negative effects that give -1 or -2. this tribute gets +8, so that's why your monuments will be really great. We have some of +3, so you should focus on the big ones, but you can mix and match and do whatever you want to get your bonuses that you want. And that is a really great change. I really like this. I want to see how it plays out when we're playing the game, but so far I'm liking that change. Then we have the young ones, the kids. The kids have different bonuses. They have a growth speed bonus. They have a movement speed bonus, so that is the same, and a life expectancy bonus, and that's the same as well as the grown-up beavers. The life expectancy bonus is unlocked at at level 5, and that is similar to the working speed buff as the grown-up beavers. So basically the level unlocks are similar. Then we have the buffs for our golems, and they only have 2. They have a working speed buff and a movement speed buff, and they are initially already at plus 45 and plus 30 respectively, and you can go up 1 level by giving them a boost, and that will increase the working speed to 120%, which is great, and then a plus 60% for movement speed. So that is created for the folktales with the catalyst that was newly added. Overheating was removed. Wet fur is still a thing, but that's just now a plain bonus, because wet fur just gives +1 on your well-being level. So I really enjoy that change. I specifically mentioned this in one of my videos as well, that they should change that. And I think I said the same for the broken teeth, make that sharpening teeth. They didn't do that, so that is still a negative effect. But you can't have everything. But let's get to the next part, which is probably my biggest yay for this update, and that is the migration. So the migration has been changed. We got the automated migration in the last update, which was really nice, but I also mentioned in the video that I did about that I really wish I could manually migrate one district to another completely, because I do that quite a lot in my games. So we now have this. We have the option to automatic migrate, so we still have that. We can set a minimum and a maximum, but we can now disable exactly what I asked. Those arrows that were green and red pointing in each direction, whether or not they were gonna go migrate or immigrate, you can now toggle those. So you can stop emigration or you can stop immigration, which is great. But this is now back. We have the manual migration. You can select District 1 to District 2, and you can say I want to move 1 beaver, or I want to move 10, or I want to move everyone, or I just want to move everybody back. You can now do that, and you can do that for the grown-up beavers, you can do that for the kids, and you can do that for the golems. So that is a fantastic, fantastic change. I'm glad they brought this back, because that was the one thing I was really stressing about, that they removed that, because I used it a lot, and it was, if you have like 7 or 8 districts, it wasn't as easy to accomplish. You would have to set all the minimums, and yeah, that was just a headache waiting to happen. So they listened, and we got this back. And it wasn't only me, of course, that complained about that. So there were a lot of people that said, well, can't we have both? And it looks like we can, and now we have it. So we're very, very happy with that. Also, there were a lot of balance changes. Costs of unlocking has been changed for a couple of buildings, as well as the costs for the different parts of the golems. They have been changed to what it means to assemble. So that's just basic balancing. The lifespan for both the cockheads and barrel balls are now set to around 70 days. The Scarecrow is now also granting a +1 well-being bonus for beavers in its radius, so that is good. Gives them more incentive to use that. The working speed penalty for starvation is increased to 50%, and growth speed is set to -40% for kids. So here you can see it, 50% working speed decrease for when a beaver is hungry. And with negative sleep, if they are not rested, they also get a negative effect. Let's click one of these beavers. Let's do the same one. Why not? Let's set the negative effect, and you can see the movement speed has been decreased by 10%. The big late game workshops, factories, have their injury rate increased again, but it's not as big of an injury rate as it used to be when everybody was complaining about it. For the rest, there is a couple of small changes. The MAMMOTH bat now requires dirt, which makes a lot more sense than the however many gears it was previously, but you now need dirt to make mud. Dirt and water and fancy planks, and you get a mud bath. So that is a small change, but it gives you an incentive to build your excavators to actually be used for something different than just making land. There are some other small changes, like the construction area under dirt excavators and gravity batteries is no longer obstructed by the tree stumps. And if you place a new district center, you can actually see its range when placed. It should show. Oh yeah, here you can see the range when it's placed. So that is good. We have that change as well. And then some tooltips and other things were updated. Anyway, overall, this seems like a great balance update, and the removal of some stuff, I agree, it was a bit convoluted, but the best part is the migration being both manually and automatic, and that's all I ever wanted. Now, the two things that are on top of my wish list are the change of the building of the number cruncher. That's always going to be a thing that I'm going to mention, because you know why. And the other thing is the performance update. That would be much, much, much welcome. Other than that, I think they have done great with this update, and I will be trying it out in my new playthroughs, as well as my current Twitch stream playthrough. This is going to be it for now. I'm going to go quickly look at the Iron Teeth and look at the control towers, but there won't be a lot of content there. Here we are with the Iron Teeth, and as expected, there's not much difference as compared to the Folktales. The Golem Factory, or Assembler as it's now called, is basically an updated model of the maintenance station. And we have the towers with all the different bonuses removed again, and it now costs 3 science points per hour for your control tower, and that will give your boost for your golems, and they give the same boost as for the Folktales. So basically, there is not much difference in changes between the Folktales and the Iron Teeth, except that the Iron Teeth or the Folktales now have the catalysts, and yeah, that makes them more in line. They both have the bonus, so that makes the bots pretty much similar to one another, and the difference between them is now very little, except that the golems for the iron teeth now need charging, and the golems for the folktales need the biofuel. And then they have the catalyst, and these ones have the towers. So, yep, the rest of the reworks is basically the same. Anyway, I wanted to go through the changes of today's patch with you real quick, just to give you a short overview of what is all included. And I hope you enjoyed this video and it was helpful. Please let me know by hitting the like button if you enjoyed this video, and if you're not subscribed, please consider doing so. I also stream on Twitch, and we have a Discord server. Both of those links will be in the description. I will see you all next time. Stay safe. Bye for now.